trying to get by Kyle Busch here. Ooh, close.
Three wide into turn 4. That moves Kyle Busch all the way up the racetrack. He has to catch it before he gets to the wall. And Hornaday catches the wall.
Caution's out, caution's out.
Caution is going to come out. Both drivers trying to get by. Look like the 17 of Timothy Peters. They slid up the racetrack, and now Kyle Busch not happy at all.
It's all good, dude.
And Kyle Busch is going to turn the 33 to the wall. Our championship contender Hornaday in the wall.
Well, Kyle Busch should be parked for this race and maybe the rest of the season.
7th caution. Oh no, and Jeff Gordon. Where in the world?
Bring it to me.
He's over at the exit of turn 2, and Jeff Burton involved. This had to happen at the opposite end of the racetrack.
Todd, we just wrecked on the back stretch. 24 cut up in front of me and caught my right front fender, my left front.
Man, that's devastating for these two. Dadgum, look at these cars are destroyed.
So Jeff Gordon, who hasn't won, his last race that he won was here. It's been 62 races since his last victory, and it isn't going to happen today. Over on the right side of the track, here's what happened with Gordon and Burton.
Well, I don't know about that.
Wow. Hard contact for the 24.
To me, like Burton did that on purpose.
No, it looked like the 24 slid up in front maybe and then jumped out of the gas as the caution came out.
We're done with now. We'll just get her fixed and roll on.
Yeah, this it's not Jeff Gordon's not happy at all.
And they're going to go and talk it out here. Oh, and this is. Well, we've got a fight breaking out.
Yeah, Jeff's not happy. Jeff Gordon not happy with what happened there.
Officials stepping in between, but this is far from over. I mean, there weren't even words exchanged. This was in your face.
I saw that coming because there was an ambulance behind Jeff Gordon's car for him to get in. He walked over there to the other one that they had for Jeff Burton.
They're fighting. Okay.
There's some contact.
Oh, the
we
24 of Byron.
Remember what happened off of turn 2. Byron felt like maybe that the 11 ran him into the fence off of turn 2. Byron takes that opportunity to possibly retaliate.
And then Denny, I believe, is trying to rejoin in the second position. We'll see what NASCAR thinks about that. The 3 of Austin Dillon leading, the 11 pulled back up to second. I'm not sure NASCAR is going to think that's okay. We'll have to see what NASCAR has to say.
What will NASCAR say about what the 24 did?
Back here in front of
Under caution, spinning it.
Well, the 24 has to admit it first before NASCAR will worry about it.
I was going to say.
That is a good point.
I'm pretty confident. I think I know NASCAR's answer about the 24. Marty.
Well, needless to say, Chris Gabehart is livid down here. They're trying to get their position back. Denny Hamlin, even more mad than Chris Gabehart. Listen.
I don't know. I haven't seen a replay of it, but good grief. If he's mad about what happened off of 2, you got tight underneath of him, lifted on.
All right, so Denny Hamlin clearly is upset. This has been going on all the way down the back straightaway, banging into each other. Denny is not happy.
Well, now he has to be careful because he knows that all eyes are on him. And if he feels like he was wronged by the 24 when the caution came out where Byron sent him into the infield, you always see the second one.
They're not gonna let Denny Hamlin keep that position. They're not gonna get into the business of saying, well, he got spun out and on purpose or whatever, so we're gonna give him the spot. The rule is you have to maintain pace. He didn't maintain pace, so they're gonna put him back in where he blended back onto the racetrack.
This is how it all kind of started right off of turn 2. Denny gets a little bit up the racetrack. You can watch the fire out of the pipes. He's off the gas trying to stay off the side of the 24 car, but still Byron hits the fence and he feels like that was Denny's responsibility. You can see how frustrated he is right here, running him shallow into the corner. Laps later, many laps later, he spins him out off of turn 4, and this is down the back straightaway under caution just now. And I will be honest, I think Denny was very close to spinning the 24 out right here. Really thought about doing it, possibly wanted to do it or was trying to do it, he'll be glad it didn't happen. So I don't even want to think about what NASCAR might have done had he spun the 24 under caution here in an obvious retaliation, right? So the argument is, this is out of turn 2, how they get together and the 24 hits the wall. And people are going to say, well, you know, the 24 spun him out on purpose.
But tell you what, we got a little rivalry going on here today, boys. That 28, that 48 and Jimmy Johnson 24, Jeff Gordon, they are after each other. You wouldn't know they're teammates today, would you, Larry?
No, but it looks like the 48's a little better getting in the corner. When he runs the high line, he can hold his ground on the exit. 24 cars are not going quite as deep, Jeff Gordon, as that 48 car is going in the corner.
48's a little tight getting in. You can drive it in a little bit harder if it'll stick.
But look at the aggression and the drive shown by Jeff Gordon.
Whoa, they hit, I'm telling you.
I don't know if he has the best car, but Jeff Gordon has the drive to win this race.
Remember they came by here a little bit ago pushing each other. That time they bounced off each other.
And you know what? I love it. I love Jeff Gordon showing his kind of aggression in that 24 car.
Here is the audio between Steve Letarte and Jeff Gordon that Steve Burns was trying to lead to, talking about that collision with Jimmy Johnson.
4 times a little upset. I guess they thought you got into him, I guess. Oh, he's treated different than everybody else.
That's the kind of teammate I want, buddy.
But I'm glad we played that audio, because I read an article back during the offseason that Jeff Gordon, you could read that article, and he stated, you know what, I've about had enough of this 48 car dominating our sport. And that's his teammate, and that's a car that he's actually listed as the owner. But remember, Jeff Gordon, even though he's won 4 championships, he hadn't seen the likes of a championship since that 48 car started in 2002.
Disagreement here between Austin Dillon and Denny Hamlin, it looks like.
We can't totally. Uh-oh, here we go. Denny Hamlin and the 3 team. That is Danny Stockman there in the glasses. He's the crew chief for Austin Dillon. There's Ty Dillon in the mix as well, Austin's brother. And Jamie's right there, so let's find out what's this all about.
Well, Denny, you had some choice words there. Where exactly did that start? What happened?
Well, he's got to give room. That's why he always gets wrecked at Bristol and a couple other racetracks. First of all, he got his ride because of his name. Second of all, you got to take advantage of the opportunity. If he's points racing, you can't crowd a guy that's running, I'm on the bottom. I'm all the way to the apron. So I'm doing everything I can. Then after the checker flag, he wants to run into me. So I run him into the fence. So Danny says, look, he ain't got to fix it. Well, maybe he needs to take his little ass over there and fix his race cars if he wants to keep wrecking. So he needs to learn a lesson.
All right, there's Denny's side of the story. Marty?
And very outspoken, to say the least. And there is Austin Dillon as he is walking back towards his hauler.
I think they want us to give him a lap back, Dave.
I said, boy, they're going to hold you 1 lap. They said we sped to keep from going a lap down. Bullshit. I went to my max of my light on the exit. And okay, speed, maybe it was a mile an hour over, but it wasn't like it was 15 miles an hour over like it was. They always get the last word, bud. We'll just give them their lap. We'll get the lucky dog.
Well, I guess that's a little hand signal given the NASCAR official.
Yeah, we will apologize for Kyle.
18 too fast. Actually, not the lap. He gave him the #1 finger, too, after they got him sitting there, Billy.
Hosting us now. You got to come in, bud. You got to come in.
That's Kyle Busch's radio. Remember the little gesture that we had to apologize for? It's going to cost him 2 more laps. NASCAR is going to pull him in.
Said unsportsmanlike conduct.
That's freedom of speech. They're going against the constitutional rights of everybody. Kyle, stop, please. And we all work too hard for this. You're costing us. Bring it to pit road. Park it for 2 laps.
So a bad break turned into a bad situation, and it's gone to worse.
Contact Gordon and Keselowski.
Coming outside.
Penske to the outside of Johnson for the race lead.
All clear.
Jeff Gordon may have a flat tire.
Yeah, he does.
Gordon spinning, turn 4.
We're spinning
Caution
here.
is out. We'll have another attempt at a green light checker.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we were sitting there on a little bit older tires. Yeah, I spun the tires a little bit, but I got a pretty decent start. You know, and we went down into 1, and I just wanted to get the outside of the 48, and out of nowhere, I just got slammed with the 2, and it cut my left rear tire. And he's just a dipshit. I mean, the way he races, I don't know how he's ever won a championship, and I'm just sick and tired. I mean, that's why everybody's fighting him and running him down, and you know, your emotions are high. That was a huge, huge race for us. We had the car, we had the position. So proud of my team, and I'm proud of Jimmy Johnson for winning that race, not letting that little, you know what.
Oh.
All right, explain that one, Jamie. Break that down.
Well, there's not much to break down. That looked like there must have been something earlier happen, and that was a retaliation for it. There's really no reason for anyone to do what Ben Rhodes has done to Christian Eckes there. To right rear someone on a straightaway is really not acceptable.
Yeah, it's 2 times. The guy runs me out of the groove. I almost knocked down turn 4 wall. I'm completely out of the gas, hand over fist, and I'm trying to catch it. I can't end up hitting him. He gets wrecked. We go to the back of the field to change our, yeah, I'm trying to gather it up. He almost put me into the wall for the 2nd time. So I'm trying to gather it up. We get into him, which is unfortunate. Okay, then the 51 right here jacks me up in retaliation for his teammate and wrecks me and Bilicki. Now, I apologize to Bilicki's team. That wasn't any of my doing. We're running in the back with a damaged truck already. It's just these guys in the KBM trucks just run over everybody and race with no respect.
Some are going to see that incident with the 18 quite differently.
Yeah,
How are you going to handle it?
That's fine. I'll tell them. They can have their own opinion, but I was in the truck. I know what happened. And, you know, I try to pass the 2 for the lead on the outside. He does the same thing, almost hit the wall. Then the 18 does it for the 2nd time in the race, and you're kind of trying to gather your truck up. It's very different when you're outside watching and when you're inside actually doing it. It's just a shame because I know how hard our guys have worked for the playoffs for our 10-4 ThorSport team. And, yeah, they don't deserve any of this. We had a great truck. We had a truck that could have won today. My teammate did as well. And now everybody wants to fight us for incidents that I'm put into. And it all comes from the KBM guys. I mean, the kids driving it, the 51's wrecked off me 3-4 times this year now, and then wrecks me going into turn 2. So, I don't know. It seems to be a lack of talent over there. I think that's evident, though, when Kyle hops in the truck and he goes and wins.
Strong words. After all that, Ben Rhodes still has a shot in Martinsville, guys.